They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun. You can feel it.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with super male or super female vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds. Is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Used since before the days of the Roman Empire to support the body's natural systems and enhance overall health. Introducing the new InfoWarsLife.com Oil of Oregano formulation, a highly advanced nutraceutical form of this key herb that has been traditionally used by civilizations for thousands of years to promote health. We have now procured the most high quality and potent forms of oregano oil on the market, sourced from top leading manufacturers to ensure a concentrated level of bioactive ingredients. Extracted directly from the wild herb and sealed in easy-to-use capsules, you will no longer need to endure the burning of liquid oregano on the tongue. Wild crafted from the Mediterranean oregano species that experts agree is one of the most powerful and most challenging to acquire. This winter season, it's more important than ever to secure this true form of oil of oregano. Now available in our limited first run at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139. Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Most forms of vitamin B12 are highly processed and synthetic and could not be properly absorbed by the body. Secret 12 is a binary of nutramedical grade, bioavailable coenzyme forms of B12, methylcobalamin, the same kind used in B12 injections, and adenosylcobalamin, the most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Discover the secret. Secret 12. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. He aligns himself with the truth, and it's time for you to choose a side. You're listening to Alex Jones.
The globalists move into states, move into countries, raise the taxes, exempt themselves, implode the economy, and then move on to the next country or next state. Austin now is covered by parasitic locusts and their camp followers, a bunch of self-obsessed narcissists with their constant obsessions with Facebook and Twitter, echo chambering, believing that they will travel here and finally become part of the TV fantasy world when they're living in the real world on a planet in space. See, it's the false matrix reality trying to take over. I want to hear from Austin callers. I'm going to go to everybody, but I want to hear specifically from people at South by Southwest, 512-646-1776, 512-646-1776. I mean, I saw McDonald's out this morning at South by Southwest because I was out there covering it. I got some video for report the next few days. I shot one. And they have these tubular backpacks on their backs handing out free McDonald's coffee. McDonald's is collapsing right now. I'm not just saying South by Southwest will collapse. I'm predicting it will collapse. They've already dialed back a third from last year. That was the beginning of the collapse. You heard it here first, in my view. McDonald's is collapsing. That's in the news. We told you years ago that was coming. The people are waking up. They had guys out handing out free coffee, and then they would take a selfie with the person and tell them they were a star and post it on some McDonald's website subsection. Like, you're a star, and people are lining up. That's their demographic, though. The general public, like, no way I don't want to be on the McDonald's website like an idiot chump. Oh, look, I'm a movie star. My photo's on a McDonald's subpage somewhere. But South by Southwest narcissists, they all line up around the block to do it. That's what's sick. Okay, I want to go to Gareth. I want to go to the janitor. I want to go to Ronnie. I want to go to Maggie, Jay, Charles, Paige. There's some Matt. We're going to get to everybody. I'm going to try to shut up. Just give me your point. I'm moving to the next person. Let's go ahead and talk to Ronnie in Austin, Texas. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Thank you, sir. This is based on my passion for Dr. Ron Paul and boycott South by Southwest. Hey, what a concept.
Well, what happened to you? Just tell us.
Okay. My political rights to spread love for Dr. Ron Paul were denied to me outside, but near their entrance. I mean, it wasn't...
Oh, I know. No, they had the police come over, and they said, Mr. Jones, we know it's not illegal for your crew to hand out magazines, but South by Southwest is threatening the city and code inspectors, and they're telling us. And I said, then arrest us. And the cops said, no, I'm not going to do it. And the cops refused to follow the fake orders of the code inspector who was right there saying we couldn't hand out magazines. I said, I'm going to sue all of you. And the cops said, we got it on video. They said, Alex, we're not doing it. I mean, that was 2 years ago. No, that was last year. I mean, there's just no end to these people. What did they do to you? Where were you, Ronnie?
Well, I was near the entrance to the event, but I was outside of it, in the park. So evidently just carrying a Ron Paul sign, as I often do, was reason enough for them to harass me and drive me illegally. I mean,
now did they order the cops to do it because they're God, they're South by Southwest trendies, or was it the trendy little non-paid bots of South by Southwest?
I think they were the bots. They might have had some authority there, some uniformed people there. But like,
well, Ronnie, I know this. If somebody shows up at because they show up at any media operation and say you're not allowed to operate in the city where Don Corleone. I mean, if any mafia ever shows up here and tells me I can't operate, they're going to get a big problem. I appreciate your call. But see, you don't recognize it because they're like trendy mafia that go, let us have your speech. Don't be racist. Turn your guns in. You can't have a music event anywhere in the city when we have it, or we'll come after you. We own everything. We're God. Let's go ahead and talk to the janitor in FEMA Region 9. Go ahead. You're on the air. Go ahead, janitor. You're on the air worldwide.
Fantastic. There's a couple of factors that you haven't been covering regarding the Middle East and Iran, and I know this is deviating from your South.
It's okay. Of course, people deviate. Just go ahead and get to it, brother. We're not screening your call.
Wesley Clark talked about 7 countries: Egypt, Iran, Syria, Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan. The only 2 countries that stand, basically, are Syria and Iran. Biggest gas producer in the world, the top 2 is Russia and Iran.
And they want to cut them off so they can cut off Russia supplying Europe and the rest of the world with oil and gas.
No, that's not the case. The reason why the new South Stream happened is because it went through Turkey, and Turkey is going to go through there. And the second mass producer is Iran, which they have a pact that's going to run from the pipeline through Kurdistan or current Iran.
No, I know. That was Gazprom. I mean, in Russia, if you cut off the Unocal pipelines and things, then the West won't control the shipments to China. So they want to stop any Russian pipelines in Afghanistan and put in U.S. pipelines. And then you're right, they want Turkey to get that gas that's there in the Mediterranean. Yes. I mean, of course, there's so many facets to this. How could you not cover them all?
There's only 3 countries. This is the death of the petrodollar. This is how it's going to happen. There's 3 countries that benefit from Iran becoming the darling of the United States. That don't benefit. There's Israel, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia and Israel are on the bad side. Turkey's on the good side because they just get $500 and some odd million just for having the pipeline.
That's a big part of it. You're right. That's why they want to attack Iran. Everybody knows Iran already has nukes. It's not about that. It's about destabilizing the region. Good to hear from you. Let's go ahead and talk to Garth in San Francisco on South by Southwest. Go ahead. You're on the air.
To me?
Yes, sir. You're on the air.
Oh, good. There's so much I want to talk about South by Southwest. No, I'm limited on time, but so I work in tech, and I live in San Francisco, and I see it a lot, this just sycophantic, sucking up to the whole tech industry. And they put on events here that are sponsored by Google, Microsoft, Facebook, all the big tech companies. So the sick thing is that they call it community. They call it the technology community, but it's not community. It's a big corporate event. And the same thing is true. You can go to southbysouthwest.com, and you can see the list of all the sponsors on there. You know, and you've got McDonald's, which you had already mentioned earlier. You've got your AT&T, Pepsi. Now, switching over real quick to, I want to cover the feminism thing. So the feminism is tied in with it, too, because now they're trying to get more women in tech. And if you see this whole big push for women in tech, you haven't covered this on your show, but there's a big push for women in tech.
No,
there's
a push everywhere where if guys have degrees and better scores and work harder, they don't care because men are inherently bad, and we've got to get women in there to make sure, again, that it's the end of families, the end of humanity. It's a resource-based allocation to end humanity as we know it.
This goes back to the Jaffe memo where they say encourage women to work. It's the same plan.
To get their taxes and break the family up. It has nothing to do with empowering women.
Right. It's not, and it's working. It's totally working. And they've got smart cities. They got smart cities there. They're trying to promote driverless cars.
That's right. Austin is piloting the driverless cars, the tax by the mile, and now Hertz has announced cameras in their rent cars. It's just crazy. And then you tell these trendies, hey, you know, this technocracy is being designed in a bad way, and they say, nothing will stop it. Google is taking over. Last year we had an interview. I mean, it's so cult-like.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to get on here, because I'm in tech, and I don't want it to be like, oh, you know, these rednecks versus all these tech guys, because I'm in it. I see it. I've worked at companies that are doing things like this. I'm like, hey, this is not a good product. But the other thing I really wanted to get on is, I want to jump real quick because I know I'm limited on time, is the biotech. And I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but there was a woman from Organic Consumers who was actually banned from speaking there by the Biotech Industry Organization, who has a big influence at South by Southwest, which is now the big thing. They're going to push GMOs because GMOs are going to stop global warming. And it sounds nutty, but glyphosate's good.
No, I mean, I'm aware of the big push here at South by Southwest to push GMO and cancer rate, glyphosate, and all the rest of it. But you're telling me where there's a news article that they banned a woman from speaking here?
Green Giant kicks off. It's on Organic Consumers. They banned this woman from speaking at South by Southwest. You can look it up. Gene Giant kicks OCA off. SX.
Gene Giant kicks woman off South by Southwest. Look it up. Pull it up. I want her on, and I want her in studio. In fact, whoever they're blackballing, I want them on here.
Yeah, and the industry that's doing that, it's called Biotech Industry Organization, and they have a large history of working through the Bivings Group, which was hacked, and they were completely doxxed. All their information was leaked, and it was on WikiLeaks. And but there's still a lot of the same people, a lot of shady organizations going.
Well, I mean, that's my biggest problem with South by Southwest and these corporate events is they're totalitarian. They have the nerve to say we couldn't hand out magazines, but anybody else can hand out stuff. I mean, they're just total out-of-control thugs. And I got news for these totalitarian leftists. We're not putting up with them.
They want young people to think that, you know, yeah, just like you're saying earlier, they want, yeah, you're going to be a star, you're going to be working in tech. Hey, it's not that glamorous. I'm telling you, when I'm in San Francisco and I'm paying rent, which is over $2,000 a month for a 400 square foot apartment in what's
I hear you, brother. You're a great caller. Lots of facts. Maggie, Jay, Charles, Fergie, and other people. Your calls are coming up. Get ready. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with super male or super female vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
Alex Jones here. For the last 2 years, I've been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to design a nutraceutical formulation that has truly life-changing health benefits. So many other formulations out there contain toxic ingredients, synthetic additives, and even GMOs. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected tested hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive